Hey there, I'm Cailin. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, Movement with Cailin. Today I have a standing strength class. It's going to be all body weight, so no props needed. We're just going to be using just our mat. Today is also day 12 of our 30-day series called Balance. If you're not doing the series, that's okay. This is a great standalone class to do on its own. But in this series, we are focusing on a mixture of strength work and mobility and flexibility. So you'll see a little bit of both in today's class and throughout the series as a whole. So we're going to get started. When you are ready, go ahead and plant your feet. Find that neutral position here. Toes forward, knees forward, arms just down by your sides. And we're just going to start with some deep breaths first. So we're taking a nice deep breath in. Go ahead and start to open the arms out to the sides and up towards the ceiling on your inhale. On the exhale, arms float back down by your sides, but spine stays tall and long. Okay, let's do that again. Deep breath in, inhale. And exhale, float arms down and lower. Good, two more. Beautiful, last one. Feeling your core start to engage, keeping that spine tall, keeping that posture. All right, and then holding it here, we're gonna do some slow butt kickers. We're just gonna start to bend one knee in at a time towards the glutes. Starting to not only engage the hamstrings, but open up in the quads and the hip flexors. Good. Okay, maybe about 10 more seconds or so here. And then we are going to stretch and warm up the hamstrings with just one exercise, and then we're gonna get right into it. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the feet back to that neutral position. We're gonna do a flat back lift and lower. So when you are standing up in this position, legs are straight, and when we bend the knees and hinge at the hips, we might when we fold forward and hinge at the hips, we're gonna bend the knees just a little bit, keeping that back nice and flat. So we're sticking our bum out behind us, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings, and then use the hamstrings to bring you back up to standing. Good, and then we stretch it out as we hinge forward, so no rounding of the spine here, and then bring it back up. Good, so we hinge, flat back folds. Good, and we lift. Glutes also are help lifting you up into that standing position. Good, let's do about 5 more here. Good, last 4. 3 more. Last 2. Now I have bare feet here. If you prefer to wear some sneakers, we're gonna be in standing the whole time, so feel free to grab those sneakers if that helps with balance and stability, which we're gonna do a little bit more towards the end. All right, so now we're gonna do our squats. So legs are a little bit wider than hip distance. Toes may be slightly turned out, but not too much. And we're gonna start to sink into those heels, into those glutes as we squat back, and then we bring it back up. Chest stays lifted here this time. So we're not folding over onto the legs. Good, squat and lift, that's it. Let's do 5, 4. Good, use your glutes as you come up to really engage, squeezing sitting bones glute together. We have 2 more. And last 1. All right, now we're gonna continue those, but this time when you lift up into standing, you're gonna lift all the way up onto the toes and then come back down into your squat. So we're gonna squat down, lift up, we're gonna come onto the toes, and then lower the heels back down. We squat, lift. Good, lift the heels and lower. So that might take some control here. If you go too fast, you're gonna topple forward. So try to keep yourself nice and steady. I'd rather you find that control than speed. Good, squat, up, heels lift and lower. Good, 4 more sets here. Lift, that's it. 3, Try to press into the big toe when you're lifting up onto the toes. Try not to roll it onto the sides of the feet. We have one more. Good, lift and lower. All right, now we're gonna come into the squat, hold it there. So we're gonna squat down, and now we're gonna lift one heel at a time in our squat position. Good, lift and lift. That's it. Ooh, feeling those quads, feeling those glutes. Let's do two more each side. Good, try to stay down if you can. Last set. Good, and then bring it all the way back up. Good, let's just do a few of those slow butt kickers here, just to stretch out those quads a little bit. All right, now we're gonna keep the focus forward still for some alternating curtsy lunges. So we're gonna change this up a little bit. We're gonna keep the hands on the hips, and we're gonna fold forward into a flat back just like we did at the beginning when we come into that curtsy lunge. So let's start, we're gonna alternate, but let's start one foot out to the side, other leg's gonna come back. As you kneel down, you're gonna fold forward over that front leg, and then we bring it back up, switch to the other side. We fold. Good, and lift, and switch. Good, and lift. So spine stays long this whole time as you fold it forward. That's it. You could even try to bring your arms out to a T when you fold down. So bring the arms out, fold it forward, and back to center. Good. And center, that's it. Good, let's do two more each side here. Beautiful. We're just tapping that back knee down, tap, and lift. One more each side, tap, and lift. Now come to the first side. We're gonna stay straight up here with our spine, bend the knees. We're gonna do little pulses here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it all the way up over to the other side. Let's do that here. Pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and shake those legs out. For this next one, we're gonna keep the legs still. So we're gonna be static, but moving the hips, the knees, the upper body side to side. So we're gonna be doing a side to side static lunge with an arm reach, okay? So toes are slightly turned out to the sides for both feet. Spine is long the whole time. Now, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna bend into one side, one knee, knees tracking in the direction of the toe. As you do that, elbow comes to that quad, other arm reaches up and over your ear, you're at a diagonal, and then we windmill the arms back up to center. Other side, reach it up and over. Good, and back to center. Beautiful. Keep the shoulders down the whole time. So not only is this a nice side body stretch, but it's also a nice inner thigh stretch. And you're still getting some work in the legs, the inner thighs, the quads. Good. Overreach and lift. Reach and lift. Good. Two more each side. Good. Last one. And then after this set, we're going to hold that stretch a little bit longer on each side. So I want you to go ahead, maybe turn the toes a little more towards the end of your mat, bend into that front knee, and then hold that side angle. If you're familiar with yoga, this is your side angle pose. Make sure you're wrapping your bottom sitting bones under so that you're not arching your low back. Pull your shoulders back and down. Try to open your chest. Good. And then go ahead and bring it all the way up. Switching to the other side. Maybe turn those toes out. Good. Finding that Beautiful reach on this side. Really pull the shoulders back and down. Again, scoop that tailbone under a little. Open up through your chest. Good, one more breath. And then go ahead and lift it all the way up. Toes are gonna be forward now. Go ahead and bring your hands on your hips, still in this wide leg position. And you're gonna hinge forward for a wide leg forward fold. So this time hands will come to the mat. Elbows will bend. Forehead will release towards the floor. If it doesn't make the floor, that's okay. And just hold here. Good, 2 more breaths. And last one. All right, coming up onto those fingers, finding that flat back, and then we hinge at the hips to bring it all the way up to standing. Then go ahead and heel toe those feet all the way back into center. All right, we have some balance work coming up next. We're just gonna take a quick break first, and then I'll meet you right back here. Now we're gonna turn and face the end of our mat, and I want you to walk back towards the end of your mat. So we're gonna be doing some forward lunges and working those quads. If doing these forward lunges is hard on your knees and stepping back and doing a lunge is better, then go ahead and do that instead. All right, so we are going to be taking that right foot first. We're gonna step it forward. We're gonna bend into that lunge, and we're gonna pulse it down 3 times. 3, 2, 1, and then we step it back, switching legs, and left leg foot comes forward. Bring it down, we pulse for 3, 2, 1, and then we lift. That's it. Good. Right leg forward. We pulse. 3, 2, 1, and back up. So you really need to spring off that front leg to help bring you back up to standing. 3, 2, 1, and bring it back. Beautiful. Forward with the right. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Forward with the left. If it helps to have your arms forward instead of on your hips, that might help with a little balance. Good. And again, right leg. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Good. Again with the left. After this, we have 1 more each side. And we're gonna do a little something at the end of this exercise. Forward, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. 1 more. 3, 2, 1, and back. All right, feeling those legs for sure now. All right, let's go ahead and take that right leg forward into that lunge. I want you to hold that position. All right, now from there, you're gonna try to spring off the back leg and bring yourself into a forward standing single leg balance. Trying to lift that back leg off the mat completely. Trying to bring it parallel with the floor. Your upper body is hinged forward, so it's also parallel with the floor. Good. Try to turn your left hip point facing down towards the floor. Reach through the crown of the head. Good. 2 more breaths. Hands can be in prayer position in front of your chest or reaching back behind you. Good. Now start to slowly come up to standing. Don't put that foot down yet. See if you can swing it through and up. And then grab onto the knee. And then just pull that leg in towards your chest. So we're still balancing on that right leg. Good, 1 more breath here. And then place it down onto the ground. Beautiful. Go ahead and step back towards the end of your mat again. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So now left leg is gonna come forward into that lunge. Hold that lunge position. And then we're gonna swing off that back leg to come up into that balancing hold here on this left side. Pull belly button towards spine, shoulders down. Reach through your back heel. Lengthen, lengthen. It's always going to be one side that's more challenging than the other. Good. On your next breath, you're going to start to bring it up to that single leg balance with the leg pulling in. So start to pull that right knee into the chest, still holding, balancing if you're wobbling or falling. That's okay. Try to come back into it. One more breath here. And then slowly place that foot down. All right, now from here, I want you to stay where you are, but now bring the right leg back. This time you're gonna drop into your lunge all the way to the floor for a little lunge stretch. So really squeeze your glutes to open up the front of that right hip flexor and come forward, not too low, but enough that you can start to feel this stretch here. We don't wanna arch the back, so keep lifting up through the low belly. Shoulders are down. Heart and gaze are lifted. Good, squeeze your glutes. 2 more breaths. Last one. All right, come up, swing that left leg back. We're gonna switch right to the other side. Right foot's gonna come forward. I won't make you come back up and do that lunge again on this side. We're already down here, we might as well stay. Good, belly button lifting. So important to stretch these hip flexors, especially after all this lower body work here. Beautiful, one more breath. All right, and then bring it back, and we're gonna go ahead and come all the way back up to standing. All right, so this one is a little bit of still some balance work, but you're gonna be kind of hopping on that other leg in a circle. That might sound a little strange, so I'm gonna, let's walk through it. So let's start with I'm gonna have my left foot grounded. And this left leg for most of these exercises is gonna stay straight the whole time. So we're gonna take this right leg, we're gonna lunge forward. Whoops, my rug slipped. Good, lunge forward into a lunge, bring it back. Good, we're gonna lunge out to the side at a diagonal. Good, bring it back in. We're gonna lunge out to the right. Back to center. Good, bring it back and center. And last one, back and center. So let's do that again. Bring it forward into that lunge. Good. So these are not as big of a lunge as you might normally do. Good. Back at a diagonal. Nice. And then straight back behind you, folding forward. Good. And again, forward and back. Good. To the diagonal. Good. Cores in. That balance work we just did on each side, that's gonna help us here in this as well. Good, let's do one more here on each side. Forward and lift. And you do have to use that spring off on that bent knee to bring you back up to center. Good. Good, one more, bring it back and lift. Moving on to the other leg, we'll keep that right leg grounded. We're gonna start by lunging forward with that left leg, bend that knee. Good, bring it back, good, into the diagonal. Good, and back. Over to the side, and back. Diagonal back, and back, and then backwards, and then up to center. Good, we do that again. Good. Good, after this, we have one more set. Good, bring it forward, lift, diagonal, and center. Outside, center, diagonal back, center, and last one, and center. Good, bring it back to center. Go ahead and shake those legs all the way out. All right, so now we are gonna hold our single leg balance and get a little external rotation on the other leg. So I'm gonna start with my right leg grounded first. And so really wanna make sure you spread through those toes. I'm gonna take that left foot, bend the knee, and you're gonna bring it up maybe just below the knee joint, so the foot's touching just below that, okay? I want you to have your right arm, the elbow is gonna come forward, staying with the hand behind the head. Now, as you open the left knee out to the side, you open that right arm out, and then you bring it back to center. So this is basically like a standing clam. Hips stay facing forward, and that's how we're getting this nice external rotation on that left side. If you don't want to add the arm here, just bring your both hands onto your hips or wherever maybe you can get some balance. If you need to even hold on to a chair, a wall, whatever you need to. Good. Open, back to center. Good. See if you can give me 2 more here. Last one. Open and center. All right, and then go ahead and place that foot down. We're gonna switch it to the other side. Left foot grounded, left hand behind the head, elbow starting forward first. Good, lift that right knee up. And then we start to clam, bring it open. Good, and center. So you're gonna wanna find something nice and steady to look at. Good, open. And center, that's it. Good, so you're getting lots of glute work in this standing balancing leg as well. So important. Good, open and center. Let's do 2 more. Keep that spine lifted and tall, chest is open. I know it's hard. Last one, open and back center. All right, lower that arm and leg down, shake it out. We have one more semi-balancing, semi-stretch exercise left. So we're gonna keep that right foot down again. We're gonna find a standing figure 4 stretch. So if this doesn't work well again without no hands, grab onto something. Go ahead and cross your left ankle right above the left knee. And we're gonna go ahead and start to bend into that right knee. We're just gonna open up that left knee and that left hip. And we already got a little opening with our clams. Actually, I should have started with the other side, but that's okay since we just worked this left side open. We'll get to that other side. All right, so stay nice and steady. See if you can even sink a little bit lower into that right hip. If you fall, don't worry about it. Just get back into it. Okay, again, try to open that knee just a little bit more down towards the floor. One more breath here. And try to slowly bring yourself all the way up and out of it and shake out those legs. All right, one more other side. Good. So crossing right ankle above left knee. I like to have prayer hands here. I just feel most balanced that way. Again, right knee is trying to open down towards the floor as you sit into that squat. Good. So this is kind of the epitome of balancing strength and flexibility. Right? Definitely getting both here. You're working, but you're also getting a good stretch. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more breath here. All right. Go ahead and bring it all the way up. This time, shake out those legs. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your feet a little wider than hip distance. We're officially keeping both feet on the mat now for a little roll down. So chin to chest. Go ahead and continue to roll your spine one vertebrae at a time, all the way down until you're in a standing forward fold. Go ahead and let your head release, nodding yes, and then go ahead and release it, nodding no. And then just keep it nice and still, and just with each breath, see if you can go a little bit deeper into this forward fold. Letting anything and everything that feels tense release right now. Because here you just get to breathe. Good, one more breath here. And then bring it all the way back up. Good, it's coming all the way up to standing. And then just take one arm down as you reach the other arm over. I know we got a little side stretch in our lunge there, but now we can just focus on just the side stretch. So really reach through that opposite ankle with the fingers reaching the opposite direction, and then bring it back up, switching to the other side. Good. Again, keeping chest open, shoulders back and down. All right, and then just go ahead and shake it out. And you guys are done. Thank you so much for joining me here. I'd be interested to hear what you think of today's class. If you are interested in checking out a little bit more, I've got plenty of more videos on my channel. Otherwise, I'm going to link a couple here. This one up here I think would be best for you. And then this one down here is the most recent video before this one. So if you missed that, go and check it out. So thank you as always. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you back here on the mat tomorrow. Take care.